Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken, and it's time once again for our daily pocket dump deconstruction. What is a deconstruction of the pocket dump? Well, what you see right now is the picture that I uploaded to Instagram. The Instagram address is at Keith Kevin Ken. Just moments ago, actually about 7 minutes ago, as my pocket dump, my daily pocket dump. This is what I'm going to stuff my pockets with. I turned my iPhone 6S Plus to video, and now we're going to play with everything on the table, especially the knives. So get ready. Here we go for another one. Hey, by the way, I do this every single day. 7 days a week. We get to play with these three knives and one other knife that I call the knife to get away. They got away. So let's talk, okay? Scotch. Enough said. Someone asked me what kind of flask this is, and that was a great question. You know, I got this about 20 years ago in London, and I actually, can you see that? I don't really know what the brand is. I can tell you what kind of leather it has. It's got that logo, that G logo. So I wish I knew. I just love it. It's a wonderful small flask, and even with it full, you see how easy it is for me to pick up and manipulate. I just love it. Anyway, that's my flask. It's an English flask that I always keep handy. The watch today, well, the watch today is my Monaco, my Heuer Monaco chronograph. Big chunky chronograph that I like. Makes me know that my wrist isn't naked because you feel it on your wrist. I love that. The cigar for today, oh man, I think it's the best of the Diplomatico line. It is the Diplomatico number 2. It's really nice. If you know anything about Cuban cigars, most of them are strong. This is strong, but just a little bit on the medium side. But I think it's by far the best of the Diplomatica line. Anyway, my wallet is Coach, old Coach wallet. I always have some kind of pad, whether a feel guide pad, or a word pad, or this Coach pad, or some other kind of pad. The coin today, let me give it some shade so you can see it. The coin today is from Somalia. It's a 2004 Somali African elephant coin. I love collecting these, just great design. I always carry a silver coin for good luck. And the fact that I'm here this morning talking to you good folks, the knife community on YouTube, means it's helping. I do that every day. Now let's talk about the knives. Oh, the knives. You know, every time I end my pocket dump with the knife that got away, after I talk about the knives on the table, this time I'm going to switch it up a bit. And the reason I'm going to switch it up a bit is the knife that got away actually led me to do this kind of carry. Usually I do a larger knife, larger to medium, medium to small, and then always a keychain knife. The reason I have the lineup that you saw today is this. It's a Hinderer. It's a Hinderer 24 Skinner. It has this wonderful burgundy G10 scales with the grippiness. Obviously, the tie back lock, frame lock, which is wonderful. Pure Hinderer. S35VN, but look at that blade. And here's the thing, it's so new. It's one of my newest knives. Look how smooth that is. Hinderer. Sometimes people talk about Hinderers not being able to flip. Hey baby, this thing flips like a charm. And this is a huge blade. Huge blade. Look how thick that blade is. You have to love the Hinderer. Oh man, the construction is perfect. It's a knife you know you can beat up on. I love the pivot. One of my favorite pivots. People are looking at me like, huh? All those fancy pivots. I love this pivot. Just a screw. You need to tighten it. You need to loosen it. Get an edge of a coin and you're good to go. I really love the Hinderer. I picked this thing up and start flipping it. And by the way, sometimes Hinderers, people say they don't flip that well. And you want to know something? I have, 4 Hinderers, and 2 of them flip like crap. They do, but they're wonderful knives. So I'll flip my wrist every now and then. But the last couple, oh man, look at that. It's so wonderful. It's a great flipper. It's a great profile, knife profile. So I picked it up and I was like, oh man, I just started flipping it like I did right now. That's why I start with the knife that I'm not carrying, but I really wanted to carry. I just didn't feel like a heavy carry today. Honestly, this would be in my pocket right now, but man, I did not want a heavy carry today. It is Thursday in February 2016 as I record this, and for some reason, I just didn't want a heavy carry. So that's why the knife that got away, the Hinderer, is not going to be in my pocket, but boys, you can see I cannot stop flipping this thing. So it is definitely going to stay on my desktop, and I'm going to flip the heck out of it when I get back all night long. Okay, now let's get to what I do have in my carry. Because I didn't want to go, because that was the first knife I picked up out of my Pelican case and started flipping and loving, I put it on my desk as a carry, and then I went, it's just too heavy. I went back and said, let's just do a smallish kind of carry today. And so that's exactly what I did. This is what I have in my pockets. Several, really some of my favorite knives. So let's talk with the Spyderco SJ75. Man, these are hard to find. I'm going to have to, I don't know. I think I just want so many of these. I love it. The SJ75 Spyderco is so beautiful. This is a wonderful, man, just so smooth. G10, I'm assuming. It feels so nice. Look at it. I mean, look at the profile of that blade. Man, oh man, the blade is CPM 154. It has this wonderful lock side. Oh man, look at it. It's tie. It's got this great texturing. That small clip, tip-up clip. I'm not thrilled with how the clip looks at all. But you know what? It's a pocket clip. It's light because there aren't really liners in it. Man, I really think this is a gorgeous knife and a really functional knife. I really enjoy this knife. It's smooth, it's beautiful, it's everything that I really like in a knife. And so when I said, I'm going to just go kind of smallish today, I went into this case and picked this out. It is the SJ75. Man, every time I pick it up, every time I carry it, every time I play with it, that frame lock is beautiful. I just want to buy more. I get on the internet looking for them. And every time I pick up, you know what's frustrating? I know it frustrates you guys too. You get on the internet, you want to see a favorite knife, you want to track it down, maybe you want to buy it. You see all these listings, and every time you pull up the listings, it's not available, it's already sold, whatever. Get it off of Google then. You just frustrate me even more. Okay, this right here, most of you know, it's a Spyderco Techno. This is my very first knife that I bought they cost over $100. Bought it off of Amazon. I started with Spyderco's first, their value folders. I'm going to do a value folders mini collection because I so respect Spyderco to do quality knives that are inexpensive and that you can beat up to no end. I just love those knives. They come sharp, they come wonderful. They got me hooked on knives. And then I saw this little Techno. I went on YouTube, saw everyone talking about it, had to buy it. It's actually a pretty inexpensive knife now. It's relatively inexpensive. My first over $100 knife, and if I had to get rid of all of my knives, and I could only pick 1, 2, or 5 of them, this would be the knife. If I had to end up with just this knife, full tie, that wonderful blue G10 backspace. I heard someone complain about the blue G10. Are you kidding me? You got this great knife and you're talking about that little blue backspace that just makes it, to me, just that much better. You've heard me talk about the wonderful little big knives of Spyderco. These little knives that can do real work. Look at that spine. Look how thick that blade is. Smooth as butter. It's just so wonderful. I love that profile. It's S30V, great steel, that full tie body. This is like, I always say this, like a Chris Reeve. It's beautiful in its simplicity. It's beautiful because you know when you pull it out, it's going to get the work done. The jimping is wonderful, smooth over. I just love it all. I really do. Look at the clip. Usually on something like a Mighty all-tie knife in the early days, Spyderco wouldn't give you that nice wire clip. They knew this was going to be special, and boy, it really is. If you need to get one knife, I don't know if I would say this should be your first one. Maybe you want the Delica or the Endura that you can beat up on. But if you're ready to make just a little step, a little over $100, get the Techno new. You'll never want to give it up. That is a keeper for life. I just love it. And then of course I always have a keychain knife because my keychain is just a silver loop. And so this is it today. I really like this Spyderco square head pocket knife, neck knife or keychain knife. The reason I like it is, first of all, this thing is wonderful. It has S30V steel, sharp as all get out. And usually when you see one of these tag knives like this, it's usually a slip joint. This, listen. Oh yeah. Lock, baby. I actually call this a frame lock. I'm wrong, I guess, because Spyderco calls it a liner lock. I guess when it's closed, it's a line. I don't know. But anyway, it's a very strong lock for a knife like this. Why do I keep opening it with two hands? Usually I'm fine with this knife. Let me see. Yeah, easy open. But for some reason, my fat hands are having trouble early in the morning. Easy open, nice little pivot, wonderful back lock. This is the definition of a keychain knife for me. You pull it out, no one's afraid of it. This one actually locks. It's not a slip joint. It can get a lot of work done. I find in my, again, more urban setting, office setting, I don't beat up on knives. I'm not out in the woods. Although I love your videos when you are. I really love them. But that knife right there is perfect because it does everything. Great steel, it locks up, it's very sharp, doesn't scare anyone. It's perfect. That, my friends, is the Pocket Dump deconstruction from Keith Kevin Ken. By the way, I'm Kevin. And if you enjoy this, don't forget to thumbs it up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want us to have a knife community where every day, every single day, we can talk about at least 4 knives. Okay? I hope you have a perfect day. Thanks a lot, by the way, for giving me so much of your very, very valuable time. I really appreciate that. You have a good day. Keep your pockets full. Goodbye.